Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different today. It might not appeal to everybody. I'm in Epsom. I'm going to Epsom Playhouse and going to go to a Doctor Who convention. Now, yeah, I'm a fan of Doctor Who. Have been all my life. Not as obsessive as I used to be, but I haven't been to a convention for about 20 years. And even then, 20 years ago, I was filming for my documentary FANZ, which I made. And before that was going back into the 90s. So I'm not a big convention goer. It's not really my thing anymore. But I thought, as a ticket became available, thank you very much, Mark Bennett, my mate, and it's local, I thought, let's go and have a look. So yeah, Who at the Playhouse. Let's go and have a look.
All of which means it's time for me to introduce you to our first guest this morning. So please join me in welcoming Team 5, starting with Nyssa of Traken, Sarah Sutton. And the man from Leicester herself, Jameson. And last but by no means least, it's the big doctor, Davison. Well, good morning, happy new year to you.
This may be a slightly divisive question, so it's dangerous. But from Sarah and Janet's point of view, is there any doctor you'd like to have been with? And from Peter's point of view, is there any companions
She's going to say every single other doctor.
You can go back the other way. Is there any companions you'd like to have had?
You first, Sarah. You're more tactful than me.
Actually, there's a reason why I'm quite interested in this answer. Go ahead, Janet. Go ahead, Sarah. Well, who's your?
Can I answer the other question?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Sutton, Jameson, and Peter Davison. Thank you very much. Please welcome Terry Malloy. There he is. And Carpet Gillian Brown. It's Nicola Bryant with us today as well. There we are. Take a seat, Terry. Nice to see you, Nicola. And of course, good old 60, Mr. Colin Maker. There he is. And last but not least, of course, Sylvester McCoy. Well, you've left me the middle slot there. Thank you very much.
Well, Terry and I are doing a tour of a play called, what's it called? Hound of the Baskervilles in April. Yes.
This man is...
You're very kind to mention that.
Yeah. Well, that's all I'm doing.
I would know, in all seriousness, it was lovely to see you doing the Tales of the TARDIS the other year. It was fantastic to see you both back, wasn't it? Absolutely, absolutely. And we need to get you back, Terry. We need to get you back for something, for a Tale of the TARDIS.
You must.
Yes, they
Definitely, yeah.
Ich bin dronken. Ich bin nur Ablenkungsmanöver. Damit die anderen verschwinden können.
What's that from?
I'm not drunk. I'm only the decoy where the others get away. That's it. I learned that in Jan. That's the only thing I can remember from way back.
Wow. I've got another one.
Oh, good. I will ask you as well.
Because I did a thing called Cousin Bet in 1970 on television, and I was playing a Polish sculptor, and I said, jak mogłem tak nisko upaść. And we have a Polish cleaner at the moment, and I tried it out on her.
And she slapped you.
No, because it means, how could I have sunk so low, is what it means. And she didn't know what I was talking about. And Kate O'Mara's about to come into it as well.
Yes.
My friend up there was watching it. She'll be in it soon. Dear old Kate.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you very much. We've got another one in the middle, just here.
Hi guys, I'm just wondering, you did Tales of the TARDIS last year, a couple of years ago. Would you return to the role of Doctor Who again on TV, and would you do the same roles again, or would you like to do something different in the show?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would definitely return again if they asked me to. I remember for the 50th anniversary when we discovered that we weren't going to do it, I thought, what a shame. They missed a thing where through that year they could have had each Doctor disguised as some sort of villain in it, you know, each episode building up to the 50th anniversary. That would have been great fun, so it would have been nice to do something else as well. And the Doctor at the same time. Not greedy. I played 2 Doctors. One sitting next to me. I hate David Tennant. He's now played 2 Doctors. But he's the same Doctor. I don't get it. He's 10 and 14.
Well, they say he isn't the same Doctor. He's got a different number.
I know, but I mean, why doesn't he do it with a Scottish accent?
Built it. I think the difference is it shows signs of having more money available to spend on it.
Yes.
In every way.
This morning. It leaves us all to give a round of applause to thank Terry Malloy, Nicola, Bryant, Colin, Sylvester, McCoy. Thank you. By all means, head off into the wing there if you would. Lunch calls, as does a photo studio. So if you head on that way, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. There we are. That's a nice Sunday lunch in the Marquis of Granby. Now heading back to the Epsom Playhouse for more shenanigans with Doctor Who. Let's go.
Mr. Andrew Cartmel.
About really season 25 and 26, but did it take time?
Literally only now that something like the Happiness Patrol is really beginning to be appreciated, and there are some valid reasons for that, because now that they've been able to restore a lot of the lost footage, it's completely transformed that show. I always loved the Happiness Patrol, it had a special place in my heart, but even I was astonished at the difference it made. So, I mean, there were reasons. There was also blind prejudice that stopped people liking what we did, but there were some valid reasons for not being able to see how great it was. But now there's no excuse.
Been there. Now, if memory serves, about 1 or 2 doors along, then it's John's office, which occupies a couple of offices, a couple of doors. So that's, you now know the layout. So if you can ever go back in time, you won't have any trouble finding John's office.
Well, I did recently accompany some fellow fans on a Doctor Who pub crawl around important places, one of which was Union House, and they've demolished it.
Everything's gone. It's terrible. I mean,
yeah.
what's much more terrible is they've turned television centre into luxury flats, because what we need is more luxury flats in London. But that's an utter crime, because that was a beautiful building dedicated to television, making television, and it's just greed. It's just, anyway.
It's a shame.
I won't get upset about that. I'll say, on your pub crawl, I hope you went to Macbeth Road in Hammersmith, because that would be a really cool place to visit, and it's still very much the way it was when we shot
remembrance there, I know, because I did an event not long ago.
That was a nice session with Andrew Cartmel, script editor on the late 80s Doctor Who. I was waiting for the 60s panel yet, then the 70s panel. Interesting, really interesting. Yeah, I've actually missed conventions. It's not really my thing anymore, but I thought I'd come along and it's been great. It's been really great. So half the guests I'm sort of friends with on Facebook, and I've worked sort of Doctor Who audio on the audio dramas, so yeah, it's great. Let's have another look.
Colin's just gone in there 15 minutes.
Nearly 6 years.
Those of you who are here this morning, and for the first time, if you've just joined us, thank you for coming on back for this afternoon's line-up here at Happy Who Year. We have visited the 80s this morning, didn't we, with Peter Davison and Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy. So now it's time for us to go back to the 60s, starting off with someone who was there at Unearthly Child for the very, very start of Doctor Who's history. Please welcome, to start with, Carole Ford. And following on swiftly behind, Anneke Wills. And last but by no means least, it's Peter Purves. Do take a seat. Yes, thank you very much. I shall perch on the end.
It's not gin.
Well, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks very much. Nice to be here. It's nice to see you all.
And it's rare that we see the three of you together, so that makes it even more special that you're here. So thank you.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
For coming all this way to sunny Epsom.
I was even all that thrilled about the idea of having them, and it was his idea, it was his concept and everything. But the Daleks gripped the nation, and that saved the series, because after the massive success of their first appearance, I think it was a 6-parter, wasn't it? Or was it 4-parter? Can you remember?
7?
You know more than I do. But I mean, that's the history of the thing, and I think without the Daleks, the series might not have gone on. But as I say, I joined it after 80 episodes. I did another 46. Anneke, I think you took over from me, didn't you, with Michael Craze?
Yes, but wait, I wanted to ask you, because you've just read Michael Gough's bit in, what was it,
Yes, it's a Target book, and it's the last of the Target books to be recorded. I've just done the Celestial Toymaker.
Celestial Toymaker,
yeah.
Which my old hubby was in. So that was the first time that I knew about Doctor Who, because I watched it then because he was in it. And so then it was, oh, this is an interesting little programme. But I didn't know that the BBC were against it when he got the part, and you know.
I mean, they really wanted it to cease.
Hi guys. I wanted to ask the ladies, Caroline and Anneke, I'm not sure Peter was in that, I think it was 2013 Adventure in Time and Space, the drama that was written about the original time that Doctor Who was made, and I think you both had cameo appearances in it. What was it like revisiting that past for you both, and how accurate was that drama about an adventure in time and space?
Well, I found it very emotional because it was very honest. I mean, Mark Gatiss had done a tremendous amount of research on it. He loves the programme so much, and he didn't want to get it wrong. So he invited us to lunch one at a time. It took him a long time. And he got stories from all of us and asked us so many questions, some which we could answer and some which we couldn't. But anyway, I found it very, very true. I mean, some things had to be conjecture because what happens behind closed doors, you know, who knows. But, you know, the things that they were able to investigate, they put it down as closely as they possibly could to the original. And I thought they did a fantastic job. Did you see it?
Yes, it was lovely because I was invited to go on the set, and I walked in and there was the TARDIS, and that was so amazing to sort of see it, except it was all sort of pink and purple. And first of all, I said, holy shit. And then I said, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. So I got shuffled off on the side with the fans because I was misbehaving.
Anticipation about hopefully Susan coming back in the most recent series of Doctor Who.
You were telling me afterwards, did you know that they were talking about you? Are you coming back? You know, if I were, I wouldn't be sitting here quietly. I think I wouldn't be able to keep my feet on the ground.
She was just asking about when were you first aware that there was lots of talk about Susan's possible return?
Just people telling me afterwards, you know. People sometimes ringing me up and saying, hey, I've just been watching a reference to you on the box. And honestly, I mean, we never get to know we're ahead of everybody else. Everybody else gets to know we're ahead of us, I think.
Sure.
Because he was getting a lot of heavy stuff from the producers, and they were worrying about, and Mike and I were there to support him in what he was doing, what he felt would be right to how to play it. And so what we would do at the end of rehearsals was take him to the pub, which he really loved, and we would go to the pub, this wonderful pub in the Fulham Road, Finch's, where all the wonderful people were there. Dylan Thomas and Francis Bacon and all these wonderful actors and painters would be in this pub, and Mike Grace and Anneke Wilson, Patrick Troughton would be sitting at the end of the bar, and he would be sharing his anxieties about playing the part, and particularly Mike was brilliant and supporting him and saying, no, what you're doing is good, stick with it and don't listen to the buggers up there, what you're doing is all right. And so it was very important for him to get that feedback. And then in between times, we were working, so I didn't have much time for the that came later. that came when I was doing Strange Report, because I was getting lovely clothes and things, and and having more fun. But Doctor Who was hard work.
Sorry, it's a bit dark. Great, Who at the Playhouse. Very interesting. Nice to see Tim Drury, I haven't seen for 20 years. Nice to see Louise on stage, Louise Jameson, who played Leela, who was in my FANZ documentary when she did an interview for me when she was doing a play at the Wimbledon Theatre 20 years ago. God. But yeah, it's really good, really enjoyable. I might do another one of these. So it's been such a long time since I did a proper convention. It was probably the late 90s. I said, apart from filming my FANZ documentary, which I'll link below, it was pretty much 1997 up in Manchester, I think. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, just a little highlight of the day, and we'll see you next time. Take care. It's getting dark.